Hey guys, having a fantastic day. Ethan Bale here, and welcome back to the YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how you know if your Facebook ads are making any money or not. And yeah, so you know if you keep running them or turn them off. So any questions, drop in the comment section below. Appreciate you hit the subscribe button. Let's just get straight to it. So a lot of people, when they do it, is they calculate a break-even ROAS, where they take the gross profit margin, say 70%, and then what they do is they divide 1 by the gross profit margin, and then times that by 100, and that's what they try and aim for. However, that doesn't really factor in shipping or the fee of the actual agency if you're on commission or anything like that. So there's a lot of extra costs. So if an agency's running your ads, for example, they could say break even's like 1.7, but in reality, if you factor in their fee, shipping, and if they're on a commission, it could actually be about 2.2, and you are losing more money month on month. So here's the best way to do it. Now, this is tailored more to Shopify, but if you're on like a WooCommerce, BigCommerce, you can still use this method. So first things first, calculate your average order value. Now, if you go into Shopify Analytics page, I'd set it last 12 months. That's most accurate. Don't do last 30 days or anything like that. Do last 12 months. If you've implemented any increased AOV apps, and that's kind of taken place over the last 3 months, and it's consistent growth, still just do 12 months just based on data. So say your average order value, we'll keep this easy for numbers because I'm awful at maths, $100. Now, your COGS in the skincare space, they're relatively high, okay? So let's say your COGS are 70%. So if we, so your gross margins are 70%. So out of the 100, we times that by 0.3. So the COGS are $30. And that means your margins are 70% gross. Now, shipping. Let's put in shipping. Okay, let's say your shipping is, I don't know, $5, for example. I'm just making these numbers up. Okay, now, say you're also on commission only. A lot of agencies go, well, I don't actually factor in commission only when I'm acquiring a customer. Well, you should, because if you're running the ads for the client, you're still a cost to that client for running their ads. So you should be factoring this in. If you're not, you are just lying to your client. And if your client watches this video, they'll know straight away, and obviously they'll probably get rid of you. So say your commission is 10%. So out of that $100, we'll just say your commission is $10. So what we do now is we take all them. So we get $100, we take 30, we take 5, and we take 10. So we know to break even, so our break even CAC is $55. So if we acquire a customer $55 and they spend around $100, that means we are breaking even. Now, obviously, you want to kind of get lower than that, so you profit. So if you divide your 100 by 55, you know to break even, you need a 1.82 X ROAS. Because what you're doing is you're dividing your average order value by your break even CAC, which gives you a 1.2x ROAS. So you know if you get this ROAS, you know you've broke even for the client. Whereas a lot of agencies will do something like 1 divided by 70 and go and tell the client that the break even is actually 1.43. So the difference between those two numbers is basically what the client is losing in terms of money. So, okay, so 1.82x to break even. Now, obviously, we calculate this, our break even ROAS. So we calculate this because we can acquire customer $50, but they could spend $200, for example. Or they could acquire customer for like $70, but spend $210. So the CAC's way higher, but the AOV is higher. So for that, so then we look at the ROAS. You know what I mean? Because if we just ran out and say, okay, if this side doesn't get 55, a customer for $55, we just turn it off, which means it's just annoying because you could actually make $200 off one sale rather than 100, and you turn it off anyway because obviously it's higher than your $55 CAC, you're losing money. So your break even ROAS is 1.82, not 1.43 like a lot of agencies will tell you. Because if they tell you that, I mean, if they're on a retainer, don't get me wrong, and they're not on commission or anything like that, and their shipping is an additional fee for the customer, then you can take these numbers out. But chances are you pay for free shipping is over $100. So your break even CAC is $55. Okay, so you know, if you want to acquire a customer, you want to make some profit. So how we usually do, we tend to average about 3x. So if we divide 100 by 3, we know that we could probably acquire a customer for about $33. And to be honest, if this is skincare, it's $100, we actually know we can acquire a customer for, at scale, $20, in the testing phase, $25. And that's just because we manage a lot of skincare ad accounts and we've been running ads for skincare for quite a long time, which would be based on the 100 average order rate, 100 divided by 25, which would be a 4x ROAS. So what you could do now is go, okay, so if I get $100, okay, and then I take 55, you've got 45 left. So if we get our AOV, we take all these numbers, we get to obviously 55, we take 25. We know that if we acquire a customer for $25, we're making $30 profit per order, if that makes sense. So $100, you take all these numbers here, and you get to obviously this number, then this is what's left basically. You take away this number, which gets you to this number. So this number right here is basically how much profit you'd get. So like if we're estimating, okay, results for a client, we know, okay, well, we need to get a 1.82x to break even. Anything under 2.5 is relatively easy. So we're like, okay, cool. So we know we could help with this client, for example. So if you are working with an agency and they tell you 1 divided the GPM is their cost, for example, you know, 1 divided GPM, so is their break-even ROAS? They are wrong, because if not factored into, because shipping doesn't count as COGS. COGS is like manufacturing costs, packaging, things like that. Shipping is the actual fee to get the product to the consumer. It doesn't fall under COGS. So a lot of people make the mistake and they put it under COGS, but statistically, it doesn't fall under COGS. So, so as you can see, most agencies would come in and go, okay, well, we need to achieve a 1.43. Where actually, you need to get a 1.82. So that's like a 0.39 difference that you'd be basically losing. So whatever that is, 0.39, you are losing that amount of money basically per sale or per month maybe, because the agency have calculated the breaking ROAS. And this is all because of laziness. They just don't go into detail. Now, I hope this made sense. I know it's quite complicated. I hope you kept up with it. But any questions, drop in the comment section below. If you want me to calculate these numbers for you, just drop a comment in the comment section below. I can do that for you. I'd appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. Like I said, if you found this video really, really complicated, because it can be, just drop a question down in the comment section. I'll help you out. But yeah, if you want me to run your ads, look in the description below. We'll have Ethan available on my Facebook ads. Click that link there. Schedule a very, very quick 10-15-minute chat with me. We'll assess if you are a good fit to work with us. Now, that is everything. Hope you found this video valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.